Burgundy Ballers, welcome back to another episode of the Ballin and Burgundy podcast. Yeah, and it's Victory Monday, Victory Tuesday, whatever day you're watching this is a victory after week one. A close victory, a quality victory, but it's a win nonetheless. But we got Chris, we got Justin back in the building. Andrew is now off on vacation, so we decided to swap it like the football guys decided to swap Brees off Aaron Rodgers. It is Monday night. It is Monday Night Football. Y'all will see this probably on Tuesday. So if you don't know, Aaron Rodgers is now hurt. Presumably, I call it 6 to 8 weeks. Maybe the rest of the season. Who knows? But let's get into our Washington Commanders. 20-16, Landover, Maryland. 1 o'clock game. We beat the Arizona Cardinals barely. Barely. And I want to talk straight to our viewers just real quick before I let y'all start. I need y'all to do something for me. I need y'all to find whatever cup, drink, pitcher, and fill it up with the most nasty, disgusting glue concoction you can and go throw it at Logan Thomas and our offensive line. I need y'all to tell them to put their motherfucking heads back down. 6 sacks, 3.5, 3 to 4 drops. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, don't get me started. What did y'all think of our week one win? I'm going to start with Justin.
I thought it was pretty crappy. I mean, defense wins championships, but that offense just sucked. I mean, Hal's decision making at times looked awful. His holding the ball too long, which led to some sacks, looked awful. Charles Leno, I get he had a high grade, still looked awful. Right tackle, who was Riley, who's Cosme played right guard, looked horrible. He has to go. I'll trade him for a bag of chips tomorrow if they let me. The interior O line looks pretty good though. Steve Charles looked pretty good. Nick Gates looked pretty good. Cosme looked pretty good other than that BS flag that was thrown at him. DY, it looked pretty legit. Like them boys are back. James Smith Williams, that man can play.
Yeah.
Linebacker core was hit or miss at times. Nothing too impressive. Secondary looked pretty stellar, other than Nick Martin or Juan Martin getting hurt.
Yeah.
But just a very sloppy game offensively. Defense, you want us to game.
Yeah. Juan Martin is now in concussion protocol, guys, so he'll be in there for at least a week. I think if you remember protocol, I think it's 2 weeks at minimum you're in, if I remember correctly. I think it's like 2 weeks. But Chris, what did you think of our close win?
Scary. But I was talking to my dad about this, and he said if they won the game, they were gonna win it by the skin of their teeth, like they always do, because that's the way them guys always win a game. It's by the skin of their teeth. Although the game should have never really been that close. If we're being honest, if you take away the Cardinals touchdown, right? That final score ends up being like 20-12.
Yeah.
If we're being honest. Sam Howell, I think people are kind of overreacting a little bit, saying he played like trash yesterday. Look, it's his second career start. He's got to learn a new scheme. They're going to learn it. And when the season keeps going, they're still going to be learning it. Hopefully they get the hang of it sooner than later.
Yeah.
I'll take one touchdown, one pick, from Howell. To be fair, the interception wasn't really his fault. It got tipped. The offensive line played like trash, except for Sam Cosme, who I just saw had like 44 pass snaps, blocks, had no pressures, no sacks, no nothing.
Yeah, I think Cosme was the only one who didn't let up a sack.
Exactly. Defense is right where it left off, basically. Montez Sweat looking like a stud. I have a feeling he's gonna have a real good year once again.
Hopefully.
The Bama boys, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, doing their thing also.
Getting in there.
Like you said, Quan Martin going out with an concussion protocol. Oh god. It might not be too bad because we still got our guys back there, Derek Force and Cam Curl, who we know can be some lockdown dudes.
Yep.
Other than that, I thought the team as a group did good. And I mean, other than the offense, but like I said, as a group, so
yeah.
I'm as a group, it's good. Sam Howell, he admitted this yesterday. He said the defense is the main reason. I don't know if he true like full quote, but he said the defense won us the game.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And they did.
Yeah,
they did. For any of those who watched last episode with me, Andrew, Chris for a little bit, Rio, and Tony, the Commanders War Council, and we'll have a few more episodes with them throughout the season, obviously. But they were saying 34-10, 34-13, 34-15. I said, I got to be conservative here. I got to be the only one saying, we're going to win. It's not going to be by a lot. I said 28-14, and I was still a ways off. I said, defense is going to let us down within the first half of the game. Our offense is going to look mediocre the first half of the game, and I was right. And then what always happens, we progressively build to the climax, which is the fourth quarter, when our defense finally decides to wake up. And you see what happens with Montez Sweat getting what he should have been doing all season long last year and getting to the quarterback, sacking them, which was in this case was Josh Dobbs, and helping us out. We won 20-16. We won by the skin of our shaft. We should have been dominating 14-10, 14-7, 20-14, 20-10 at halftime. But oh no, it was 14-13 Arizona at the half. If you told me 2 weeks ago we would have lost by this much, essentially by a field goal, and some trickery, 2 weeks ago, I would have said, ain't no way. But that's what happened. Let's talk about it. Sam Howell went 19 of 31, so he passed the ball quite a bit for 202 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. All right. It's your week 1 debut. It's your second game overall in the regular season. I can live with those stats. I think we can all live with those stats. Justin, would you agree you can live with those stats?
You still there? Justin?
No, I mean, them stats, they look mediocre. I mean, I get Tyler's second game. Some of the passes or some of the drops weren't his fault. The interception wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Him holding the ball forever was his issue. I mean, you can't hold the ball forever. You don't have elite speed. You're not no Lamar Jackson.
Nope.
You're not an RG no knee. You can't hold the ball forever. And some of the throws, he made good decisions. He threw it away. Some of the throws looked a little short, but
yeah,
he got a little better.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I can live with them. They're not great, but I can live with them. Rushing wise, our leading rusher was Brian Robinson, B-Rob, 19 attempts for 59 yards, averaged 3.1 carries. Sammy did a little on the ground, 2 for 11 and a touchdown. Gibson was here and there. Rodriguez came in during the tail end, and obviously Curtis Samuel is always in the run game. Receiving, Curtis Samuel was our leading receiver. 5 receptions, 54 yards. Thomas, 4 for 43. Jahan, 5 for 40. Terry, 2 for 31. Cole Turner, 1 for 17. Gibson, 1 for 10. And B-Rob, 1 for 7. There was almost no rotation when it came to
Can I say something? The one thing we forgot to mention, the fumbles. Like, hold on to the ball.
We're about to get into
that. Man. Come on, Gibson. Come on. I think, Logan Thomas? I think he fumbled once. Come on, man. Jeez.
Probably.
Even I could hold on to the ball, and I make less than you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, if
we
you
had,
gave me $1 million to hold on to a ball, I'm sold. I ain't dropping the ball.
yep. We had two fumbles. The first one was by Sam, which ended up getting them the defensive touchdown, which put them up 14-10. And then it was Gibson towards the later end, which I was like, this motherfucker right here. So get this. So we gave up 6 sacks, they gave up 3 sacks. That's atrocious. The penalties. Those Arizona Cardinals were out here playing like they were Ric Flair, the dirtiest players in the game. 9 penalties for 122 yards. 3 of those were personal fouls, and another one was defensive pass interference, which brought us down like 50 yards.
So cheap, he even hurt the ref.
Bro,
That
the ref,
motherfucker threw the
the
flag.
ref fell down with his legs together and then said right back up and said, throw the flag. I said, that's killing me. Dude,
Hey, he's on the IR now, so
that ref is on
Mr.
IR.
Ref, heal up.
That ref is on IR. Like, we had 21 first downs compared to their 13. 65 total plays compared to their 58. 6 punts versus their 5. Time of possession, we were 31 minutes compared to their 28. This was a sloppy mess. There's no way you can get worse from this unless you start losing, which we better not.
Don't say that. Why'd you say it?
Don't say that.
Because you know what's gonna happen.
Because I don't want to. Because no, don't say that. Because I don't want to.
I'm gonna be honest. Depending on the team, we are the reverse Cowboys fans. Our expectations are so low. When we win, we're like, this is what winning feels like? It's been so long. We're winning. And then when we lose, yeah, that adds up.
Yep.
True, it was an embarrassing play, but it can't be worse than the damn Giants yesterday.
Oh my god, bro! The Giants getting absolutely tattooed, destroyed, no Vaseline up the poop chute. Like, they got absolutely railroaded.
Dude, I didn't know the high school Giants were playing. That's what they look like.
Bro, I don't know what's bigger, Danny DeVito or the New York Football Giants. I don't know who played bigger. Like, I don't know what are you supposed to do?
Start drinking, apparently, if I was a fan.
Bro, the Giants the Giants must have been watching My Little Pony and then went out there and decided, I want to be magically insane and get your ass beat.
I love the smack talk between them. They got their ass handed to them.
You know what? I'll take it. All I heard about this offseason was how Daniel Jones was this and that, and how Daniel Jones is good and got $40 million in the bag and proceed to not even put up a point last night.
No.
Like, dude, I thought you were good. I guess not. But then again, when he plays Washington, he looks like Tom Brady. Like, yo, what the?
Bro, we were making Josh Dobbs look like an All-Pro last night. Yesterday? What are you talking about?
That was depressing.
Bro,
but it wasn't even like the D line's fault or the secondary. It was the damn linebacking core. That's our weak spot right now in defense.
People are going to attack us at.
If we had one dog that could go sideline to sideline and make plays and cover,
yeah,
that defense would be freaky scary. But we don't. We have Mr. I could just run stuff, Jamin Davis, and we got Cody Tryhard Barton, who I'm pretty sure in 4th grade he used to go all out in gym class, running sideline to sideline. That's about it.
Bro, if you saw the videos, you would see Cody Barton getting blocked, getting pushed, or you would see the running back just run right past him and go over a few more yards. He would stand there like, and then start running. I'm like, go, run.
You must not seen him in middle or high school. He was the kid who ran. He was the kid who was running to get his lunch first. That was Cody Barton.
But Cody Barton ran his way out of Seattle is what happened.
He's about to run his way out of DC if you don't do something better.
I want to run this by y'all real quick. If I had said one of these quarterbacks that played, Washington and Arizona, would go 21 of 30, for 132 yards. Would y'all think that'd be Sam Howell?
Sadly,
I
no.
would think so, but after yesterday,
That was Joshua Dobbs.
yep,
The
that's embarrassing. That
Josh
really
Dobbs,
is.
the ethnically cultured Mr. Clean. Josh Dobbs, Jada Pinkett Smith's favorite NFL player. 21 of 30 for 132 yards.
That system, though, I mean, his NFL system he's in now is almost like the same one he was in college. So he's a system
Well,
dude.
if Josh Dobbs is going 21 for 30 on us, could you imagine what Russell Wilson might do to us on Sunday?
Oh, Mr. Unlimited. I'm not worried about Mr. Unlimited.
Broncos
I
country,
mean,
let's ride.
I'm
What he
not worried
claims.
about Mr. Unlimited. I very much okay because they almost couldn't. I don't think they beat the
no,
Raiders.
they lost to Vegas yesterday.
They lost. Yeah, they lost.
I want to see these team stats. So, Mr. Unlimited went 27 to 34, 177 and 2 touchdowns. Las Vegas has never had a great secondary, so that doesn't surprise me. Javonte Williams goes 13 for 52, and then Samaje Perine was their leading receiver, 4 for 37. Cortland Sutton was barely involved. Lil Jordan Humphrey was barely involved. Jerry Jeudy, I think, is out for a few weeks.
It was a
So
run
we
heavy.
gotta play him next week.
It was a run heavy offense, and he just threw it when they had to throw it.
Yep.
And watching the highlights of that game, Russ looked like his mobile self running around, but some of the throws looked shitty.
Yeah, and Denver couldn't get a sack on the board, and Las Vegas has never had a great offensive line, so I feel decently better about next week. But this week, I've had other people because I was wearing my Commanders. I was wearing my Commanders gear earlier. Get on screen.
Earlier today.
Get on screen. Thank you. Earlier today, and they're like, "What do you think about the win?" I said it was not a good win. It was not a quality win. They said I agree because it wasn't. It was this. Where's a sheet of paper? It was this close to us losing that game. It was this close to us getting blown out by Arizona. It was this close to making Sam Howell look like the next Andrew Luck. You would have thought this was week 3 of last season against Philadelphia, where they just fed on our offensive line. Wentz had 9 sacks last season in week 3. Let's say they give up 6 more the first week.
Look, all I'm gonna say is a win is a win. No matter what. I will take a win. Yes, the win is not, as people thought it would be like 34 to 10, 34 to 14. I said 24 to 10 because I knew it wasn't going to be a blowout. But I mean, we've seen it in the past with these guys, where they should be able to blow a team out. Next thing you know, they don't, and you're just like, what the? I mean, take for instance, in 2009, the final week of the season,
Yep,
we go out to San Diego to play the Chargers, who have already clinched the playoffs, and they are playing their second and third stringers. And we're playing our starters. This is the final game of the Jim Zorn era, remind you. And what happened? We got crushed that game.
Yep.
So this game, it being that close, it doesn't surprise me. Now, if they had lost, I would have gone to school today ready to fight somebody because I would have been pissed off.
Oh, if we lost yesterday, I would have gone and burned down FedEx Field just to make sure we get a new stadium.
I would have been so pissed off because of it. But you bring up Sam Howell's stats earlier. There's pros and there's cons. Obviously the cons, the interception. But I mean, can we really blame that on him? It got to deflected,
No, but I can blame the fumble.
You can't blame the fumble on him because he should have just threw it away. And Instead, he fumbled it. Which, you're like, good God. But the 6 sacks pissed me off, though. One of those sacks should have never happened, though. And you know who led up one of those sacks? I think it's by a guy of Nick Gates, who snapped the ball to Sam Howell. Nobody was coming towards him. Then all of a sudden, Howell gets sacked, and you look on the replay, and guess who let Arizona's linebacker through? Nick Gates.
Well, Leno was getting beat too because he tripped like 3 times and gave up 2 sacks by himself. You see a sack where Sam goes down ever so gingerly, and you're like, how did he fall down? Leno gets tripped, I think, by Cosme or by Gates because they got to back up. He gets tripped, which essentially says the defensive lineman, I'm gonna go flying, and just went right at his feet. And all you see is Sam just go. Like, it's the little things. Sam Cosme was our highest graded offensive lineman with like a 68 PFF grade.
Maybe.
I think Charles Leno was per PFF because I just seen a post about it. Hold on.
Let me see.
Maybe Sam Cosme, is getting better. Maybe he's not going to be as bad as we thought he was, Then again,
I can tell you right now, Jonathan. Go ahead. Jonathan Allen had the highest D line stat for pass rush.
Yep.
For D tackle.
Yeah, no, that's good. I can tell you what though, I think Sunday might be another defensive battle.
It's got to be.
Because if it's not, Denver, I think, might blow us out of the water.
It's a possibility.
I mean, then again, is Denver offensive line that good?
No. They're not really. They're mediocre at best.
Then we should be able to get to first name Russell, last name Wilson.
Mr. Unlimited.
We should. Hey, I have that list real quick. So PFF's highest graded commanders from week 1. Jonathan Allen, 90.2. Montez Sweat, 86.4. James Smith Williams, not bad, 79.0. Charles Sackville Leno, 78.2. My man must have gave some of that money to PFF, be like, boost my grade.
Right.
Last but not least, Cameron Curl, 77.9.
No?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Cosme wasn't even on there.
We know what our defense can do. It's just a matter of fact, if our offense can go out there and not just go 3-0.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, yesterday our defense held up great for us.
Took too long.
Yeah, but our offense just 3-0.
Yeah. I mean,
go ahead.
Oh, even the announcer said it when Stromberg took over for Gates, that he was the highest, graded blocker in in college football last season, and then you see him get blown up. You see him getting rushed almost into another sack. I'm like, so this would have been number 7? Number 7? Like, we need help. We've had aging guys. Leno is aging, has got a big contract. See, Charles is always injured somehow. We need guys like Mason Brooks to step in. Yes, he's young. Yes, he didn't play a whole lot. Guess what? I can tolerate a rookie being bad. I can't tolerate a vet being bad against
we have not had a good O-line since 21.
21?
We haven't had a great offensive lineman since Trent Williams left.
That's true.
2015, more left tackle, Trent Williams, left guard, Laveno.
21 wasn't too bad, right? Because that's when we still had Brandon Sheriff, Eric Flowers, Morgan Moses, and Chase Roulier.
But it wasn't good enough.
It wasn't great. Bro, like Justin was saying, the best years of our offensive line is when we had Morgan Moses, Brandon Sheriff, Trent Richardson, Trent Williams.
Trent Williams, Lovano, left guard. The center at the time, shit, I'm trying to think of his name. I can't even think of the center's name. It might have been it's not Roulier.
Yeah, it was. It
Fuck
was Chase Roulier.
Was it in 2015?
Yes.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. I mean, we can name all these great offensive linemen from 6 years ago. We haven't had a great O-line in 6 years. 21 was the last good time we've had an O-line, and that's good.
Yeah, I'll say 21 was okay.
Mediocre. It was good enough to get the job done.
Passable at best. Passable. We are lucky they didn't re-injure Alex Smith. Oh, no. Yeah. They're lucky they didn't re-injure somebody in 21.
Yeah.
We can never get better. If this is how every game is going to go, it's going to be within a 3 to 5 point game. We're not winning more than 7 games.
Nope.
And that's gonna look real bad.
I can reassure you, if we win less than 8 games, we'll be right back between 10 to 16, and you're damn sure we're taking offensive lineman first round. I don't care if I got to trade up with the Rams or the Colts for a top 5 pick to get the Penn State tackle. I will take him. I will trade him, Leno, Logan Thomas, and a third to move all the way up.
Here's my take. This is my take on the game, real quick, and I'll tell you some thoughts for the midseason fire sale, if possible. My thoughts on this game: defense, elite. Linebacker core, he's upgraded. I don't care if you go out and trade for somebody like a Chad Muma who's sitting the Jaguars bench. Like, you could easily say, here's a 4th or here's a 5th. You drafted him this high, but he ain't doing nothing but sit on your bench. Get him. Keep Barton just as a backup. Start him. Moma's more of a pass coverage and tackler. Jamin Davis is your run stuffing linebacker.
Yeah.
Linebacker core is fixed, at least for now. But bottom line is, yeah, we won. Yeah, it was ugly. A win's a win, but it's time to man up, step up, get better. EB's going to have a nice session with his skilled players of not to fumble the ball. You fumble, you do 10 push-ups. You probably will be the coach and make him do up-downs, but fumbling can't happen. Offensive line, they suck. Tackle, he's upgraded. I don't care if we go to any team and get a tackle that's young and decent. My initial thought, hear me out. All you fans that love Chase Young for Jets Becton. Right tackle. Becton, yeah, he was hurt for a year and a half. But the dude balling out, like even tonight on Monday Night Football. He just pancaked 2 defenders on a run play, like knocked them both into each other and fell on both of them. I trade Chase. But Jack,
my bad to cut you off. I don't think Chase Young wants to play here in Washington.
No, he's too busy about his finger. His that. He complains and cries too much. Like, if I was making that much money, I don't care. My left leg could be amputated. I'd still be in somehow. I would look at the doc, be like, tape this up. Give me a stick or something. I don't care. I want back in. He paying me millions to play. He catches a cold more than he can catch the field. The guy, before everybody hates me, which I'm already getting a lot of hate from my Instagram, trade the guy. He has trade value right now. Trade the guy. Trade him for a 3rd round pick, a 2nd round pick, a player in a bag of chips. I don't care. Get him off this team. James Smith-Williams showed yesterday he could be a solid defender, solid edge rusher. Abada, when you get him back, another solid guy. He had 4 or 5 sacks last year. You don't have to spend big money on a Chase Young. Montez Sweat showing right now. He needs extended now before his value increases. Along with Cam Curl.
Yeah.
D-line will be just fine. But they just got to play better. Special teams, Jeremy Reeves, that dude was flying.
Yeah.
I think he had, what, five tackles yesterday or something?
I think so.
But bottom line, play better, catch the ball, get off your defender, don't fumble the damn ball, or else you're sitting the bench, which that was Gibson's problem a couple years back.
Yeah.
How to just got to make better decisions. Tackles. If you don't block next week, I will take your spot and steal your paycheck for that game. I don't care. Protect Howell. And that Chase Young for Becton, that's a fair deal.
You wanna know what I would do?
I'll take that all day.
I would call up Andy Reid and say, hey, got a proposition for you. I'll give you Chase Young. I want Nick Bolton, your linebacker. I want a third, and I want a fifth. Because Bolton was a former
That's
second.
overkill. Still overkill. Young ain't even valued for a first anymore.
Because Nick Bolton was a former second, and he was damn sure going to be Super Bowl MVP if he had that second interception.
Oh, I know. But Bolton, that trade won't happen, sadly. I know a couple Chiefs fans. His Bolton's value, because there's a website that shows you player values. His value right now is just a second-round pick. Chase Young's between a second and third, like a late second to the third-round pick for value, just because he has potential. Like, I was upset when Giants got Isaiah Simmons for a bag of chips, and Isaiah Simmons is playing well on the Giants. So depressing.
But remember, they lost Frank Clark, and then they just re-signed Chris Jones for a one-year deal. They need D-line help badly.
True. I mean, they might accept it, they might not. But if you trade for a player and I just made a bigger hole up the middle, they haven't had a good middle linebacker since what's his name? Johnson played for KC ever.
Derek Johnson.
Derek Johnson, yeah. They haven't had a good linebacker since him. I don't think they'll do that. Now, what I'll tell you right now is I'd go to the Ravens and be like, hey, yo, give me Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen. He in the top 3 linebacker. He sure is a top 7 league.
Yeah.
I'd make that deal.
What was stopping us from grabbing a Dorian Williams, a DeMarvin Overshown last year, a Nakobe Dean the year before? What was stopping us from getting these damn good linebackers? Young. Ron Rivera. Yeah.
The whole staff.
Yeah.
I blame Ron Rivera.
Because if we had someone like a DeMarvin Overshown, do you think he gets injured like he did in Dallas?
No, but Cox got injured too. And he's on our team now as a practice squad.
Mm-hmm. I don't think
I'm just watching.
Who do we have? Khaleke Hudson should have been playing on Sunday. He didn't touch the field at all.
Should have. And now something we do terribly at is that is one thing we don't do. We let these guys play first quarter, they're already out of breath.
Yep.
And then they start giving up stuff. And I think it'd be smart to rotate a linebacker here and there for a couple plays, like we do our D linemen. But right now, your boy that we should have drafted second round, Torres, is balling out right now for the Bills.
Told you.
The guy I was high on.
I told you, Osiris Torrance. We could have traded back in the first, take Osiris at like 23 and still couldn't have gotten Forbes in the second.
You could have traded back and had 2 seconds and had Forbes and points.
And if you really had to, you could trade back up for Quan Martin if you had to.
If you wanted to. I'm not going to diss the kid. The kid
preseason
played well.
But if you were going to go back in time and said, I know what's going to happen, would you take Osiris Torrance over Quan Martin?
Yes, 100%.
I mean, I would. We have Jeremy Reeves as a safety. That's why I don't think Martin's presence.
All-pro Jeremy Reeves?
Exactly, all-pro. I don't think his presence is really going to hurt us for game Sunday with him being absent.
Is he playing on Sunday against Denver?
Martin, no. Concussion protocol is at least a week to 2.
No.
You have to have.
Reeves.
Yeah, he's been active. He's been active.
Okay. I just didn't see him out on the field yesterday. I was like, bro, where the
Reeves played yesterday.
He played special teams only. He didn't play safety a whole lot. But Reeves
that's
a
what
while
he's been
back
used for is special teams the entire last season, and then he's an All-Pro.
Yeah, I mean Reeves when him and Cam Curl were a duo, they weren't a bad safety group. Him and Reeves,
No,
or him and Curl, and then we added what's his face, Bobby McCain, who sucked. Then we added Derek Forrest, who's a pretty solid guy for a 6th-round pick. I think he is.
So, something about our 6th and 7th round picks somehow always end up good. Our 1st and 2nd somehow don't compare.
No, before we only gave up two or 3 catches, and they weren't like big plays. It was just short gains. Like this is the problem with the zone we play. We play a zone scheme defense. Like, the cornerback's going to back up 10-15, and you'll have that first, 8 yards at least minimum for that receiver to make a curl or something.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I mean, like Chris said, a win's a win. It's not quality, it's not great, but we are 1-0. We're not 0-1 like some other teams like the Giants, the Chiefs, teams like that. But we are going to look forward to next week. We will have some optimism. We will have some hope.
What I call this one?
Can you what?
What I call this? I call it putting lipstick on a pig.
What, you going to kiss the pig or something?
No. You know why? Because the win was ugly.
Damn.
Wow, look at you, with jokes.
Damn.
I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just being honest.
I mean, it's not wrong.
So, real quick, some news real quick for everybody. Jamison Crowder got promoted to active roster.
That is right.
And King just got released.
Yep. Yeah, earlier today.
Sure.
Yep, Jamison Crowder got elevated and officially signed to the main roster, which he will be our kick and probably punt return as well. And in that case, that means William Bradley King, defensive end, had to get cut. But with Smith Williams and Obata in rotation, it's not going to matter a whole lot.
Hold up. We got a few sponsors we need to personally thank for here at Ballin and Burgundy. First, our guy Washington on the Daily, both on Instagram and YouTube. Huge sponsor. We want to give our massive thanks out to them. You can follow Washington on the Daily, both on Instagram and on Twitter, WSH on the Daily. Our guy Tony, who's Pro Tech Sports Network. Huge thanks to him. I met up with him at the Commanders-Vikings game. Huge thanks to him. Our guy Sanchez at On the Warpath podcast over on YouTube and on Instagram. And then finally, our guy Rio Robinson, Mr. Rambling with Rio himself, our new sponsor, and a huge thanks to him. Met up with him at the Vikings Commanders game as well. So thank you to him. Again, huge thanks. So again, all of their Instagrams and YouTubes are going to be down in the description. You guys go follow all of them. And again, one big thank you to Rio, Tony, Sanchez, Washington on the Daily for being sponsors of not only today's video, but Ballin and Burgundy as a podcast. Get back to work.
And now we return you to our regular scheduled program.
Nope. Now here's something, guys. Let's talk for a minute about some Chase Young trades.
Yeah.
It's early. I get it's early. You know me. I'm a big trader, I like trading for either picks or some dudes. So let's do something that we didn't talk about. Let's talk about 3 possibilities of Chase Young trades. All right. Yep. So you guys are going to be the GM, and I'm going to give you a couple trades. All right, GMs. First trade. You get a phone call from Kansas City. Kansas City calls. It says they want a second-round pick and a 5th for Chase Young. Will you accept it or reject it?
If they can make
Say
that
that
fifth
again?
of, if they can make that 5th of 4th, I'll entertain it.
Chase Young for a second round pick
And a
And a
4th-round pick.
and a
Or
4th
5th
round
now. Yeah.
pick? Okay. To where? Kansas City?
Kansas City.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll take it for the love of it.
If I can make that 5th of 4th, I'll take it because I think a 5th round doesn't do me a whole lot besides trade fodder.
No, and a lot of people aren't going to like this, but the guy needs traded. He needs off this team. He needs a fresh place. He needs a fresh start. He needs a fresh system.
Yeah.
System sweat and young. All righty. Trade 2. GMs, are you ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You get a phone call. It's we'll say it's Jaguars. Just for the hell of it. Jaguars, they need D-line bad. Devin Lloyd for Chase Young.
No.
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 Why are you saying no?
I wasn't a big fan of Devin Lloyd coming out of Utah. If you're gonna trade me an edge / linebacker out of Jacksonville, I want the superior Josh Allen. I want the Josh Allen who beat Josh Allen in the matchup of Josh Allen versus Josh Allen. That's how Josh Allen became the superior Josh Allen. I want number 41 out of Kentucky. Pair him up back with Jamin Davis. You got those Kentucky brutes in that linebacking core. I want Josh Allen.
All right. I mean, that's not a bad trade.
You know what? For the hell of it, just because we need linebackers, I'm taking that trade. Because
I will throw in Logan Thomas if they need extra compensation. I'll give you Chase and Logan for Josh Allen.
damn, we might as well do that.
Because they got to pay edge and tight end. We only really got to pay Josh as a linebacker.
That's true.
Very true.
There is a certain somebody that's in our division that we could have taken in 2021 if we had decided to trade up. He comes out of Penn State. I'm not even gonna lie. He's a beast. I think his name is Micah Parsons.
Oh, are you talking about 11 from Heaven?
Yes. See, we could have traded.
Let me start about my depressive night.
Yeah, that was a rough night. But let's not go down that rabbit hole. What is the third trade you have for us? Because we could talk 35 minutes about what should have been with Micah Parsons.
All righty. Third trade. A phone call. Are you guys ready for this?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Are you positive?
Yes.
You get a phone call. The team is calling is take a guess. Any guesses?
Please don't say the Browns. Please don't say the Browns.
No Browns, no Chargers. Keep guessing.
What conference?
Let's say AFC for this.
Ravens.
AFC.
No, it's not Queen.
Steelers.
No.
Bengals.
Yes.
Damn.
You get a phone call. Bengals
Okay.
want to trade Jermaine Pratt and a 3rd-round pick for a Chase Young. Deal or no deal?
I'm taking it.
You get a solid linebacker who is above average, and you get a 3rd-round pick so they can have Chase Young.
I'm taking that joint. Just because I want Chase Young gone and out of here, I'm taking it. I hate that. Well, I don't hate him right now. Actually, I kind of do. I'm back and forth on him. But if he's not playing by week 4, yeah.
Ow, my toe hurts. I'm out for the year.
I don't know if I take Jermaine Pratt.
I'm taking Jermaine Pratt, bro.
I don't.
You know in hell you ain't getting the Logan Wilson.
We need help, bro.
Unless they're going to trade like Chase Young for Jamar Chase. I don't think I would contact the Bengals.
Buddy,
Where's this
you're
getting
not
Jamar?
getting a Jamar Chase.
Bro,
That dude's probably worth 2 first round picks.
Hey.
Man, you in that fantasy draft and Madden dreamland,
Hey.
bro.
hey,
For real.
hey, a boy can dream. A boy can dream. I'm gonna shout out one. I'm gonna do one trade and see if y'all like it, and then we'll wrap this up.
All right.
So, you're the GM of the Commanders, and you're just sitting in your office, and all you hear is ring, 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 ring. GM Dowd's office, and it's the LA Chargers. They want to give you a second, a sixth, and Kenneth Murray for Chase Young
Man,
because
you can-
they have an aging Joey Bosa and an aging Khalil Mack.
If you can make that 6 into a 5th, I'll take it.
I don't know. Murray is hit or miss.
I mean, at least he plays on the field.
Very true. That's very tempting. I have
Yeah.
one more after this, though, if you don't mind.
You go ahead.
Then maybe we can let Chris do one too. I'd accept it. I mean, Chase Young, bottom line, linebacker, a healthy dude that's average is better than a very athletic edge rusher that sits the bench because of his toe pain. All right, my GMs, this is a good one. You guys haven't thought about this. You get a phone call from the Bears. The Bears are like, hey, you can't get a D-line presence. Our D-line sucks. We have 2 dog linebackers in Edmonds and what's his name?
TJ Edwards.
Edwards. We'll trade you one or the other. Either Edwards for Young or Edmonds for Young. This is a legit trade that could happen. The Bears D-line is pretty darn bad right now. Like, me and John could play D-line for the Bears and have at least 3 or 4 sacks. That's how bad their Bears line is.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm taking either one of those because they're both good, and we needed the help. So why not?
I would love for Tremaine Edmonds in the DC, and we should have picked him up in free agency. Ron Mayhew. However, that contract they gave him, we still got to pay 6 players next year. I don't think we could afford Edmonds on top of paying Sweat and Curl and Forrest. I don't know if the contract situation would be beneficial in that trade.
I mean, Edwards is only 3 years, 30 mil.
And that's on the lower end. That's Edwards. What is Tremaine Edmonds? Edmonds got 4 years, 72 million with 50 guaranteed. There's no way we can afford that.
You know, like how they'd sit there and restructure people.
They should have last year. We could have got Orlando Brown.
Buddy, me, Ballin and Burgundy just run the Commanders coaching.
Bro, the
Be in charge.
Throw in Rio, throw in Adam, throw in Tony, and throw in
Ed Oliver.
Ed
we'll
Oliver,
throw in Rico from Street Scores. Rico from Street Scores will do the scouting for us because he does a lot of that.
And Tim. I got to shout out my man Tim. They're all in there.
Well, let's make the decisions because I can tell you right now, the off seasons would be awesome. We'd actually resign guys that need paid. We'd actually trade for people we need if we have the money, and we'd actually sign guys that are decent.
Yeah,
like I'd rather have had signed Edmonds over Wiley because at the point, and we had the money. I'd rather have had an Orlando Brown who I was crying and screaming for Ron to sign. The guy was right there. He was right there. Do we really need Jacoby Brissett for what, 12 million for 2 years or something like that? No. No.
You leave my man Jacoby alone. You leave him alone.
No. If we didn't sign Riley, Jacoby, you know what? My man Orlando Brown would have been here with his gold chain.
No, because you know what would have happened.
No.
If we didn't get Jacoby, they would have re-signed Carson. You know that's what would have happened.
Don't say that.
Anybody could play better quarterback than Wentz. We could have even signed. Who else was off in the quarterback room? We could have re-signed Heineke.
Or Heineke, bro.
No, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Heineke's
You said
fans would have been a
Heineke
distraction to
has
Sam.
go.
The Heineke hype would have been a distraction in FedEx because the moment Sammy does wrong, Heineke, and they're not calling for the beer.
Bottom line, we should have done a little better in the off season.
Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah.
Let me make this one trade. All right. Get a call. It's from the Giants. The Giants. Okay. I know he just got traded there. They call saying they want Chase Young and a second round pick for Isaiah Simmons.
Absolutely no.
Dude, what
Bro,
drug
what-
are you on, bro? What are you smoking?
Have you and AB been hanging out together? What are you on?
Hey, I've been playing too much Madden.
You've been playing too much Madden, all right. Bro, I want to trade him out the NFC. I don't want to see him anywhere in the National Football Conference.
Like a Chase Young in the second round for a Fred Warner all damn day if we had the money for it.
Fred Warner, Micah Parsons.
Oh, give me Michael Parsons, bro. That dude's a beast.
It won't happen, boys. Keep dreaming.
It won't happen. It won't happen. But that's going to wrap things up, guys. This was more of a lengthy episode than I anticipated, but we got really in depth. We got some frustrations out of us, and we're going to look forward to week 2. If you guys haven't seen this already, head over to Ballin and Burgundy podcast over on Instagram and TikTok. We got some fire heat. If you missed last episode, go watch last episode with Rio and Tony. Head over to all of our Instagrams, Chris, myself, Andrew, Justin. All the links down in the description. Go follow us. Head over to TikTok. Go follow us. We got some heat over there as well. We're going to have a prediction every week and a reaction every week. So you're getting 2 episodes a week. Relatively, it could be like a Saturday and a Wednesday. It's still 2 in 1 week. For this season, we'll have on different guests, different takes. Towards the end of the season, we might have some trades. You never know what's going to happen. Fellas, anything else you want to say?
Nah.
No.
Let's go get a week 2 W.
Nope. We appreciate y'all watching. Let's get this dub week 2, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Let's head into week 2. We're already 1-0. Let's make it 2-0. Don't forget to stay balling. We'll see y'all out there.